this week we're going to be making another defending video. Kind of going to make a series out of this if we could, but this week we are going to be defending our beloved Bratz girls because we also feel they get so much hate. Since their very beginning they've gotten hate. So there's like 15 years worth of defending. So.
Yeah, we have a lot to say, and finally, you know, we've been saying this stuff for years and we're finally going to be putting it out there for everyone to see and hopefully listen to. So yeah, where do we even start, honestly? So I think Bratz has had, probably needs even more defending than Barbie because they've just had to deal with a lot more unnecessary hate than Barbie has.
Because they're a different kind of doll to Barbie.
They're very different.
Yeah, when Bratz first came out, there was nothing like it. Because Barbie, when Bratz first came out, Barbie is still going through like their princess kind of phase. You know, that's when Nutcracker, Rapunzel, those movies were coming out, and that's kind of Barbie's image was centered around. But Bratz, suddenly everyone saw these dolls and all they saw was like short skirts and like high boots, all this wild makeup and crazy hair. Like, that's what people saw.
Yeah.
But it was a very different doll, yes, admittedly, but so cool because it felt closer to us, I guess. Not that, like, realistically when we were like 7 years old playing with Bratz, we thought like, oh, we should wear like a short skirt or something, but you know, like, they were girls that were in high school, so that felt relatable to, like, us girls instead of, you know, just a princess. Not that we don't relate to Barbie, but, you know, at that time in our lives, when we were all, like, anti-Barbie.
I think we weren't anti-Barbie to begin with, but because we got so into Bratz and you could only pick one, well, we chose Bratz. So, back then.
So, I guess one of the biggest things they get picked on this video defended is their big head.
I hate so sick of hearing that.
It's just like, oh, these big-headed dolls, like, that's not realistic. Why are their heads so big? That's not proportionate. Like, okay, what is your argument for that? Like, that's not going to make me grow up and think, I want a huge head.
Who wants a huge head?
Right. I'm trying to make my head as small as possible. Like, I gotta get some contour and make my face smaller. But...
I know, I already feel like I have this huge round-ass head, and I hate it, so... Yeah, I mean, their heads, like, are bigger to suit their makeup, their eyes, just their whole... Oh, and they carry on about the big lips, too. That's another thing.
The big lips, like, they say they've got, like, big duck lips, huge lips, surgery lips, like, silicone lips. Yeah. You know what the thing is? Every doll has their own style. No dolls are alike. Barbie has their own body shape and style. Bratz have their own. Monster High has their own. Like, dolls are supposed to be unique, and they're not supposed to look human-like. Yeah,
exactly. Where was this? Where was
dolls?
this?
Everything. They all have different styles.
Where was this rule where you had where to make a doll, you had to make it look realistic? Of course, you're making it look, you know, it's a human form, but the thing is, and with Bratz, they needed to do something different to set themselves apart from Barbie and any other doll, and they did. And again, people carry the big lips and all the makeup and everything like that. The thing is, everyone looks like that today.
Yeah.
And that's not like because of Bratz, but...
They all have their own big lips. Everyone wears makeup. If anything, makeup has grown more and more and more in the types of makeup that's available and stuff. And that's just society. Yeah. Like, celebrities, influencers, society has done that. Not dolls.
Yeah, again, we talked about this a lot in our Barbie video, and we'll talk about it again, is that how is it that it's accepted for all these celebrities to have these giant lips, all this caked on makeup on their face, a million products, plus giant everything else on their bodies, and all the clothes that they wear, and yet they are nothing of substance. But with Bratz, they have makeup and they have their fashion dolls. Again, little girls love fashion. That's just the way it is, and there's nothing wrong with that.
So we really loved it because they had fashions that people wore at the time. Okay, yeah, maybe 7-year-olds, we didn't wear like knee-high boots and skirts, but we saw like our older sisters and, you know, older people around us, like, they kind of had the 2000s fashions going on.
2000s Halloween.
So, you know, it's like, we loved seeing that in a doll because that's what we saw around us. That was what was trendy and what was going on. And, you know, we looked up to these dolls in that way.
Yeah. And
it's different from Barbie because Barbie was wearing like huge ball gowns and stuff. She didn't really have like kind of an everyday sort of look. Whereas Bratz kept coming out with lines and lines of dolls
they have
that
so
had
many
these looks.
Yeah. And And the thing is, though, people, again, just like with Barbie, they're constantly judging the look of a doll. Oh, this doll's all about fashion and makeup. Well, one, every celebrity you idolize is all about fashion and makeup. But yet, the difference between them and Bratz, like I said, is that they don't have any substance. They don't have anything of value that they're giving to the world or giving to young girls that look up to them. Bratz, yeah, we loved everything about their fashions, and it was cool because we like to dress up and everything like that. And Bratz actually did teach us how important it is to express yourself through fashion, and that's what it's always about.
That's our tagline: passion for fashion,
and like express yourself.
That is something. Like, that's the thing, is like they're always about, like, and it's a constant theme in their music, is being who you are, expressing yourself. Like, always, don't be afraid to stand out. And they show that in the four girls. Like, they're
all so different.
They're different. Like, Yasmin loves her, like, hippie kind of, like, freestyle. And then, like, Sasha's all about her hip-hop and, like, edgy kind of style. Like, they all have their different styles. But they all meld into one. But they're not afraid, like, they don't have to hang out with a certain clique that, like, fits their style or anything. They just be themselves. They don't think, like, oh, I should dress this way because it might make them, like, feel out of place. Like, they just do themselves.
Yeah, exactly. And they show, so not only do they teach you to express yourself, but they show that they can all get along. They're all different, but they can all be friends, and they can all encourage each other and support each other in their own styles. And I feel like with Bratz, you know, people always talk about diversity these days and stuff like that. Bratz has always been diverse. They have a black girl, a Hispanic girl, a white girl, and an Asian girl. All four of them are friends, and they all get along. So there's no you know, discriminating there, and they also all have their different styles, like we said. And so there's a lot of representation in Bratz before that was really a thing.
The thing is, we've taken a lot of inspiration from their friendship, because Shannon and I, we agree on a lot of things, we twin a lot, but we, at the end of the day, we do have different, like, fashion styles and things that we're into, but we still get along, like, perfectly. Like, you could never separate us as best friends. And we've taken that from Bratz.
Definitely.
You know, they teach a lot of important lessons that people don't see. Another thing would be, like, the movies. Like, people just, like, it's the same with Barbie. People just watch the movies, and the lessons that they try to teach in their movie and their shows and stuff, they'd see that there's, like, so much more to the girls, what they try to teach about friendship and self-expression, that people just miss because they just look at a doll and think, oh, she's got a short skirt and big lips.
Yeah, exactly. And another thing, that's not what children see when they watch it. And again, I think, you know, people get this wrong impression that Bratz was made for children. We got into it when we were quite young, but it was made for teens and tweens. So people forget that, because these girls are teenagers themselves. And so growing up as teenagers, we especially looked up to them. People, again, are so superficial. All they care about is looks. So you're just going to judge Bratz on their looks, but you'll never watch the TV show or the movies or the songs especially. Oh my gosh, they're some of the best songs, and we're still listening to this day. All about being confident in who you are, expressing yourself, using your clothing to express who you are. And that's something that, you know, and growing up we experimented with different styles and stuff like that. And a lot of looking back, some of that stuff was really cringy. But that's what you do as a teenager when you're finding yourself. And but having Bratz throughout your childhood and throughout your teenagehood, it really helped give us both a lot of confidence in ourselves. I mean, we don't have that much confidence. We could still work on that, but anything we have. A lot
of times, like, we would, like, tell ourselves, like, what would the Bratz do, or how would they feel, or how would they show, and we look to them for inspiration.
Yeah.
Like, when we're scared to do stuff with our own style, or express ourselves more with our style, stuff that we don't like, stuff that we like, but others don't necessarily think is cool or fashionable. We always turn to them for inspiration, like, what would they do? And they still, you know, just rock their own style.
Exactly. And I think it's part of, like, finding your style. I think fashion is important, and Bratz always taught us that. Finding your own style is like finding who you are. It's a big part of it. And I love being able to dress in my style. My style's a lot like Yasmin's, I discovered, which, you know, Yasmin's my favourite character. And I love wearing that stuff. It makes me feel free, it makes me feel happy, and it makes me feel like me. It makes me feel right, and I don't get to wear a lot of that stuff in the winter, but in the summer I love wearing it, and that's just who I am. And you feel confident in your own skin when you know your fashion, and Bratz always taught us that, you know, fashion is actually quite important. But they never taught us or showed any little girl, you must look like us.
Yeah.
or you must have this certain look. If you're, you know, if you have this skin color, or if you're this age, or if you're this or anything, then you have to wear these clothes.
They never taught us, just with Barbie, they never taught us that we have to be this skinny.
Oh yeah, that's another thing
another
people
thing
carry on
they
about. It's usually about their makeup, their big lips, their big heads, but then they talk about their bodies.
Yeah, again, they always say their waists are too skinny. Like, I think every single doll gets that.
Mm-hmm.
Because there aren't a lot of plus size dolls out in the market, we do acknowledge that. But I just never looked at a Bratz body and thought, like, look how skinny she is. Like, same with Barbie. I never looked at her and thought, she's so skinny, why can't I look like that? I never even looked at their body at all. I just looked at their, like, cool faces and nice clothes. We never looked at bodies of dolls.
Exactly. And children don't. Actually, the other day my niece was over and she was she was helping me fix some of my Bratz dolls' hair, and she picked out some outfits for them, and she's like, this is my favourite part about dolls. I just love dressing them up. I love fashions. And that's what every little girl thinks.
But even now, I love playing with their fashions. I love adoring their clothes, their styles, their, like, hair. I don't look at them and think, oh, Shannon, I love this doll because it has a skinny waist.
Right. And I mean, we all know, and we would never try to get that skinny anyway, because that is unrealistic, and we know that. And to think, and again, I said this in the last video, but if any girl ever looks at that and thinks, I have to be that skinny, then they've got problems.
Exactly.
And they're
that's
listening
something
to
like
society
a
too
deep-rooted
much.
issue in them that they need to sort out. That's not stemming from a doll.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Bratz is always there. They've always been really open and honest with their messages, constantly on the doll boxes, and especially in the movies and the songs. It's express yourself, be who you are, be confident, and the importance of friendship, which we talked about last week, no one cares about. So, but they've always been like that, and they've always been so positive in our lives, and they still are today. And I think
the other thing is they're about being driven and chasing their dreams.
Oh yeah,
That's something people don't like focus on. Is
stuff
that
they were doing.
They have a dream and they literally just go for it. They don't let anything stop them. If they want to make a rock band, they do it. If they want to make a magazine, they do it. If they want to do their own, you know, if Yasmin wants to do a 10K run, like, she does it.
That's inspiring.
Like, they have their dreams and they just literally just go after them. If Jade wants to be a designer, like, they just do it.
Exactly.
But people don't focus on that. They just focus on their outer appearance, but they don't focus on their personalities. They don't focus on the good, like, characteristics they try to teach you. They don't focus on the fact that they're trying to teach, like, girls and teenagers and stuff to dream.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're trying to inspire us. And they've always inspired us. They've always inspired us that if we have a dream, we have to try and make it happen, no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, Bratz has always been about putting action into things. Every time they have a dream, they're like, all right, let's do it. And it's
They just like get together, they put their ideas together, and they make it happen.
We can do anything. Yeah, I love it. And all the stuff, I mean, we always talk about, oh gosh, all the stuff they did at 16. What did we do at 16, right? But at the same time, even though we're 21 now, and they did all this stuff at 16, it's like, but it's not too late for us. Like, they're there to remind us that, you know, you still have that dream, you can still go after it. It's never too late. And also the importance of having friends there to support you in those dreams, and to support, you know, so not only do they support each other's style, and but they support each other's dreams. And I mean, when in the first movie, when Jade was going for the internship at your thing, and obviously that didn't turn out very well, but Chloe's there just like, remember, hang in there, this is your dream. And it's really important to have, and believe me, I know we know that, because we only really have each other for that. And I'm really thankful for that. You know, it's really important to have people like that in your life, and not only to have people like that, but to be that person to your friends. And Bratz, constantly, it just shows us that. It teaches so many beautiful lessons that Bratz teaches that no one looks into, because again, everyone's superficial, they just look at how they look. But children don't, and children, again, they see everything in Bratz that you're meant to see, and they take all these valuable life lessons from it. And we just have so many things that we've learnt from them, and again, they, just like Barbie, they keep our dreams alive. And I just feel so inspired when I watch a Bratz movie. Like, we watched Rock Angels a few weeks ago, and I was like, I want to be in a rock band.
I always want to start our own magazine.
I know, I still want to start our own magazine to this day. Like, I'll be going down the street, walk past an empty building, like, that can be our office. We can start a magazine and do positive things that they do with their magazine. Again, it's a fashion magazine, but Chloe has her advice column, and they do like all these different helpful things.
In the games, Yasmin focuses on nature and wildlife and rescuing them.
Yeah.
just annoys us that, and it's always adults that see these problems again. And they're always looking on the outside, never on the inside of the doll. On the inside of the doll, the personalities that and the characters that that MGA have created with the dolls have been like friends to us that have grown up with us our whole life and will stick with us for life. You know, like these girls have taught us stuff about friendship, confidence, ourselves, how to treat others, like everything. Like dolls teach us those lessons, but they just get missed by adults that have high opinions of stuff and just think they know it all without actually looking into the dolls. They don't look into the songs, or they just think that the songs are like cheap, cheesy songs or whatever.
Bratz songs are some of the most powerful lyrics, and I listen to them almost every day. And
even without the powerful lyrics, they just make you happier.
They
like as soon as you listen to them, as soon as any Bratz song hits, like a smile just gets on my face, and I just want to start like grooving.
Yeah, exactly. And that's just with Bratz in general. They make us so happy. I think at the end of the day, that's the biggest thing that they've done for us. They're just there for us all the time. No matter what, you can always trust Bratz to make you happy. And especially watching this show, and of course we talked about in our story time how we're always quoting Bratz. Just like when it's not even conscious, like sometimes it'll be "Mother of Pink," just randomly. And they've had such an impact on our lives, and they will forever be in our hearts. And I think, you know, if it was just some skimpy doll, like teaching us how we should look, then they wouldn't do that. But Bratz has a powerful message, and again, just like Barbie, a message that's not really being spread by real people, and that hasn't really been spread by real people, like especially even back in their day. That's another thing. People constantly mocking Bratz and putting them down and saying how they're bad influences for girls, but it's just like, where are the good influences then?
Like, the thing is, people just want to blame real world problems on pieces of plastic. And I feel like they're never happy with any doll. Like, even though Barbie these days herself has like, because there's no Bratz anymore, but Barbie has like dolls in all shapes and sizes and colours and hair, and they're still not happy with that. I think like they just always want to blame dolls for the problems with little girls. They don't want to. Adults don't want to take responsibility. Like, hey, maybe it's our bad images projecting onto girls that are making them be like have eating disorders or be suicidal or depressed or being alone and not knowing what to do. They never want to think about, like, they just want to think, oh, it's the doll's fault. Let's blame it on a kid's toy. Let's blame it on a multi-millionaire company because they can take the blame for it. But it's not me. It's not my fault.
Gosh, it's so true.
Like, adults all the time, they just think about image, especially. And without even knowing it, like, a lot of adults might not even know that they're thinking about image. They might just say, like, little comments here and there. Like, if they see a news presenter, they'd be like, oh, why is she wearing that colour makeup or something?
Yeah.
You know, and you won't even realise when you make those snipey comments. The kids pick up on that. And then that's why, like, they pick up on makeup and, you know, oh, I should look this certain way. It's from the influences around them. It's never from a doll.
Exactly. Like that was I'm really glad you said that, because I didn't think about that. It's just constantly, especially with women are mean. They are mean to each other, constantly putting each other down, and just someone you don't even know on TV, you'll say, oh, her makeup looks bad or her hair looks bad. I'm sure someone watched this video and say that our hair looks bad, you know, something like that, and just be really critical. And that's just and again, in this age of women empowerment, I just always think it's so hypocritical that women are still tearing each other down, and women are still trying to impress other women.
And you know, in turn, us tearing each other down, we also tear ourselves down. Like, we follow wrestlers, the Bella Twins, and they talked about this. Like, we're so quick to pick at the things that we see in ourselves, like to stare in a mirror for an hour. Like, everything else could be perfect about us, but if we have like one blemish or one like hair out of place, we'll just stare at that one imperfect thing compared to the 99% perfect things about us. And like, that comes from ourselves, so it's never from a doll.
Yeah.
Like, the Bratz never tell us like, you have to make sure you look in a mirror and everything is perfect about yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they tell you to just express yourself and be who you are. If you have curly, wavy, or if you have boof hair, then you just wear it.
Like me. The thing is, even with this video, I'm not 100% confident with how I look in this video. And there's a lot of times where I'm just looking at the mirror, it's like, oh, I hate my hair, I hate this and I hate that. But then I think about Bratz and I think, well, maybe I shouldn't be so hard on myself and maybe I should try to look the best that I can.
Yeah, sometimes we think about what they would say to us. Like, if they were here, they would tell us we look fine.
Yeah, exactly.
They would encourage us and say, like, go look at your makeup and your hair, you look gorgeous, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And having that voice in our head, that is what has given us any measure of confidence that we do have. And we admit, we're insecure just like anyone else. And we look at ourselves, I don't like how I look today, and all these kinds of things. That's just in us as women, especially because there is so much pressure in, like, we have our own styles and we're confident in our styles, but sometimes we just want to look nice. It's just natural, and sometimes we don't feel like we do. Society and people and celebrities, obviously, comparing yourself to those people, it's such a poison in our minds. That makes us believe that we're ugly and stuff like that, and that we're not good enough. But having Bratz there, that's that positive ray of light in our lives, just like Barbie, telling us, no, you look fine, you express yourself, and you don't have to follow, like, we didn't mention, like, Bratz, they always did, like, the trendy clothing and stuff like that. And that's just, like, they're dressed for the times, and that's fine. But the thing is, they also too, you don't have to follow trends. That's just what they did. I mean, if you like the trend, then go ahead and wear that. But, you don't have to...
Jade really realised that in that episode, she tried to, like, make Roberta into some, like, trendy fashion doll, like she thought she was. But then at the end of the episode, Jade realised, like, it's okay if she wants to look like a punk chick with spike hair because she's being who she wants to be. And, you don't have to change for anyone because she met the guy that she liked, and, when you stay true to yourself, you'll find those people that accept you for who you are.
Yeah, exactly. And you'll be happier in the long run. And just in general, just live a happier life when you're not just constantly trying to please other people and you're being yourself. And that is what Bratz is all about. Be yourself, express yourself, and like all these different things, and stand out. Like, especially in their songs, people really need to listen to their songs. But it's just like, stand out, be original, be you. Everyone's just a copy of everyone these days. And, everyone's following someone and trying to be like someone, being just these generic robots. But, and so where is really the hope for little girls and teenagers, and even as women? How can where do we look when we're feeling insecure, and where do we look when we want to feel good about ourselves? You don't look on social media. Just don't. That's not good, okay? And you don't look on the television, in magazines. Like, actually, I mean, it's hard to find actually any decent real life women to look up to, but try. But I think it really helps to have these dolls in our lives.
The thing is, adults over opinionated opinions are what kills the doll industry.
Yeah.
It's what attacks them, it's what brings them down. And then they try to replace dolls with technology, which is just even worse for kids. We can visibly see the change in kids now compared to when we were kids, and it's not good. And I wish adults could actually open their eyes and see that and realise that when they did play with toys and dolls, the kids are a lot better. And like, we just hate that it's adults that are destroying those industries.
Yeah, and you see the fall that dolls have taken these days. And I mean, with Bratz, they had a good run in their day, but they didn't last. And I think a lot of that is due to the criticism that they received. I mean, they were really popular, especially here in Australia. But I don't know, I mean, there's probably a lot that went into that, but it is sad to see that dolls just constantly attacked, but you don't actually speak up against anything that matters, anything that actually is having a negative impact on your child, or just on children in general, and even on yourself, So yeah, I just think it's just pathetic to put the blame. I mean, everyone's looking for someone to blame for everything. No one can take their own
responsibility. Humans don't want to take responsibility for their own actions and what we've done as a humankind, because we've done this to ourselves as a humankind. We've created the problems in society.
Yeah, in this age of social media, when everyone's just posting pictures of their faces and their bodies, and they'll look like this, it'll look like that, and then you still go ahead and complain about a piece of plastic that is a piece of plastic.
Like, the thing is, people still complain about, pin the blame on things like Bratz. Bratz aren't even around anymore, so you can't be blaming them. They haven't been in stores for a good few years.
They don't know anything about
what Bratz is. Yeah, so you can't keep pinning the blame on them because they're not even around anymore. And you can't keep pinning the blame on Barbie because she's trying to be diverse. She creates all body types, skin types, and shapes and hair and everything. And like she's even got now like prosthetic Barbies and Barbies in literature. So they're trying to make diversity with that. We don't follow Monster High and we don't collect the dolls, but if you say anything against them, like I'm just gonna say they're monsters. They're not meant to be realistic. So.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they have like 3 heads.
So like, I just sick of overall our whole argument is we're just sick of any type of doll, whether we collect them or not, always being picked on.
Yeah,
it's always dolls. And we just hate the idea, even if we don't collect the doll, like we'll still defend the doll even if we don't collect them, because dolls are just meant to be something for a kid's imagination. They're meant to be a kid's friend when they're lonely, you know? They're supposed to be there, they're supposed to inspire their personality, their imagination, and teach them valuable lessons as a kid, which parents fail to teach their kids.
Yeah, so many parents these days don't even know how to be parents, and yet they think they have the right to judge a doll and stuff like that. But like you said, Bratz, they've always been our very best of friends. And we always wish to have a group of friends like them, but even just in our friendship together, we feel like we're a lot like them. We have a strong friendship like them. Something else that they really teach us is really important through everything. They're just really good friends to each other. And it's really beautiful, and you don't see that often. They have only had a positive impact on us, and they continue to have a positive impact on us. We continue to collect Bratz dolls. We always will. We're always going to defend them. We're always going to
collect every single Bratz doll in the world.
Every single, and not just dolls. Every single
made like a
Bratz thing.
spreadsheet. There's like at least 1,000 Bratz dolls, not including kids and babies. So we're gonna be collecting for a long time.
Yeah, we'll still be 84 and getting. Oh, look at this new Bratz doll I ordered off of eBay. It'll probably come flying through space by then. But you know, we're gonna be collecting them always, and always watching the movies, always listening to the music. We'll make a lot more Bratz videos on this channel, and we're just always going to be talking about Bratz, wanting to be more like them even as we get older, even now especially, actually, because their lessons, just like Barbie, they get even more important as you get older. It's important to have them from a young age, but as you get older you can apply them to your life more. Like, we can actually choose what we wear, we can buy our own clothes, and we can just look into, like, and again, as you get older you get more insecure, so they're always there to really help us with that, just help us with everything, just help us in life. They make us so happy, and they are our best friends, and just, again, never going to stand for anyone just trying to put them down, because it's just all these ridiculous arguments, the same stuff over and over again. Your arguments are weak, they have no substance at all, and honestly, if you like continue making these arguments, like, then you have no substance and you are just so superficial, and don't be like that. I don't know what else to say.
Just before ending the video, we also really don't like all those people that try to repaint Bratz. Talking about, like, it's cool if you do like custom repaints, but we're talking about the people that try to turn them into normal girls. Really hate that. Like, just stop. No one's buying your weird, normal dolls. They just look lifeless. They don't have that life in them.
Exactly.
And if you don't want your little girl to play with them, just send them to us. We will play with them. We will take all your dolls that you want to custom paint. Please don't ruin them, because it makes less dolls in the world for us to collect. Yeah,
exactly. And again, there's nothing wrong with wearing makeup. If you want to wear makeup, again,
sometimes, like, the other thing is, dolls are sometimes an escape for us. I don't want to play with a doll that looks like me. I look ugly. And that's just because I think I look ugly, not because I'm a doll.
Yeah.
But, man, I make them so lifeless. They cut their hair short. Like, what's wrong with long hair? I have long hair. We both have long hair. We're not superficial. What's wrong with wearing makeup? We both wear makeup. We're not, like, sluts that go into the corner, you know?
Yeah, exactly. There's nothing wrong. I mean,
they give them, like, lifeless, small eyes. Like, we have bigger eyes. What's wrong with that? Like, I don't know why. Yeah, just please don't ruin Bratz. Please don't repaint them. Don't change their faces. If you don't like the doll, give them all to us. Or any Bratz collector. We will take them all.
Yeah.
Just as long as you don't paint.
Yeah. Oh, agree. Oh, and also if anyone happens to have any spare Bratz collector dolls from 2018, we'd really love if you'd send them to us. We are the biggest Bratz fans in the world and we don't have them.
I know.
Anyway.
That was like a rant for a whole other video. Ungrateful doll collector.
Oh, we should. Let us know in the comments if you want us to make that. We have a lot of things to get off our chest, I guess. A lot of defense rants and a lot of angry rants. But yeah. Anyway, the point is, we love Bratz. They've been so good to us all of our lives, and we will love Bratz until the day we die. We'll write it on our tombstone.
We'll have like those tombstones like in the TV show.
Yeah.
Like the
symbols
come up and then
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, everyone. Thanks for watching, and let us know what other Bratz videos you'd like to see us make, because we do want to make a lot more Bratz videos on this channel. And yeah. May the passion for fashion be with you. Thanks.